Hello. All right. So, what's my low, my high, my act of kindness for today? I guess my low is the fact that yesterday there wasn't really anything new regarding the Masked Singer. I mean, they had one of those behind the scenes, road to the finale type specials, and that's cool. But you don't really need. But honestly, you could live without those. Plus, again, they're just gonna go over stuff like, the inspirations for costumes, how the contestants felt wearing the costume, what they like to do, what they disliked about it, the ceremonial saying goodbye to the costume, whatever, stuff like that. It's cool, but it didn't really interest me. So honestly, I just stayed in, relaxed, catch up on some stuff I'm sorely behind on when it comes to watching stuff that I like. Like, seriously, I'm still behind on watching this week's episode of the Blue Banana Podcast. Shout out to the Blue Banana Podcast. You guys are awesome. But in terms of, I did get to finish off some of that stuff. I've been keeping up with Cherry Conroy's Splatoon 2 Let's Play, which, I mean, he's working on, right now what he's working on is what was called the Octo expansion, which is one of those DLC type things for Splatoon 2. And I'm really digging how interesting it is. Just simply because, like, if you don't know how Splatoon really works, like, the story is Octolings are traditionally considered like the bad guys, and you're playing from the perspective of an Octoling. Just your average, typical, I mean, obviously some Octolings are very good, like morally good, but that's just how like the game was designed. Again, I mean, the original slogan is, "Are you a kid or are you a squid?" So there you go. Not to mention a really big high is my mom called last night. She was working yesterday, and it was fun. I can't really wait to see her today. I'm gonna play with my nephews this afternoon too. It's gonna be awesome. I love my nephews. I love them more than life itself. But consider how often I talk about them. You guys already knew that. And I presume that my act of kindness for tomorrow is going to be I help make dinner. Question is though, what are we going to have? We'll just have to see. But my act of kindness for this video, what was my act of kindness? I did something for my dad yesterday. That's what it was. I had to travel pretty much back home to do it, but I did it for him. It was nice, and plus, it felt really good doing something for my dad because I never really do say this enough or thank him enough for all he's done for my life. So doing acts of kindness, especially for him, like, they really do mean a lot, even during times when I don't even realize it. So that's really important. And I'm going to be seeing him today, and it's Mom Day. It's going to be a good Thursday. So happy Thursday, everyone. It's been I can't believe I'm already coming up to the next stage of my being address, aren't I? I mean, has it really been that much? Has it really been that long? Since, like, I'm still surprised it hasn't been, like, 100 days of it, like, are almost already flown by. And, let me think about this for a second, because from day 1400 to 1500, that flew by like that because, that was the holiday season. And, come to think of it, we've had a fair share of holidays too. I mean, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, President's Day, uh, Easter, uh, Mother's Day, stuff like that. And boom, we're in the 1590s right now. That's really freaky. Um, hmm. I guess another thing I've been, thinking about is, you know, honestly lately I just been not worried or anxious, but I don't know. I can't help but keep thinking about just how I feel like this summer is gonna be really big. You know, like this is easily the best chance that anyone is going to have a really fun, fulfilling summer with surrounded by lots of friends and loved ones since before the pandemic started. So, because remember, 2019 was like the last time anyone really ever was able to do that because of the pandemic. And well, to be perfectly honest, since I've been making videos, every summer has been getting increasingly better. This time I really think it's going to be bigger than last year. I can't really base it on anything yet, and I don't want to call it yet, because there's already one really big disadvantage to this year than last year, and that is I'm not going to be seeing my mom's family this summer. I mean, I technically saw a good most of them when they were here for my nephew's baptism, which sometimes it actually still blows my mind. I'm a godparent, and I'm thankful for that every day. But it never really occurred to me, like, this is in April when the baptism takes place. It's going to be 7 months, almost 7 months, until I see them again. And maybe I'm sure something will come along where maybe a couple people want to visit like at a time. That'd be fun. To be honest, I don't really expect that, especially for my family out in Colorado, because they have a wedding to prepare for. I know they have a wedding to prepare for because I'm going to be going to that wedding. And that's why we're meeting in November. I don't think I've ever actually really talked about this before. And admittedly, because here's the thing. Sometimes when this is a little known fact about me, okay? On the very off chance I ever am able to be on a stage for doing stand-up, I actually do like to work on some stuff, right? This is technically one thing I have been working on. It does involve like going to weddings. Because in truth, as beautiful as the vast majority of the unions that I've seen are, I always can never help but feel depressed by just how, it's a reminder that, I'm a single guy, right? But something recently occurred to me that I just can't help but laugh at. Because anyone who goes to a wedding always tries to look their best. But you'll notice, no one ever actually tries to overshadow the bride, right? I mean, it makes sense. It is the bride's day. Like, it is the day where, she gets to feel like a princess going to the ball. If you actually have the right connections, you can make yourself feel like a Disney princess. That's gotta be really cool. I actually had a friend of mine actually had a Disney wedding. That was really cool. I mean, I didn't go, but I saw the photos. It looked cool. Like, she got to be in like that one carriage that Cinderella was in. There was like Disney memorabilia everywhere. As awesome as it was, though, I do have to say the greatest Disney wedding of all time was the wedding between Natty Gann and Remy from Ratatouille. If you know, then you know. Anyway, so I say no one tries to overshadow the bride. And it's always hilarious when, after you get to the wedding, if, especially like, if you were close to the bride, usually it's a woman who'd be close to the bride, and like, your lady friends are walking up to you like, how was the wedding? It was nice. Like, pretty much every description is about the bride. No one ever mentions anything about the groom. Like, at all. Like, if anyone asks how the groom is, they're just like, he was there. Yes, he was there. Which, okay, that's a true statement. I would hope it's true. Otherwise, it'd be a pretty lousy wedding if he wasn't there. Which, seriously, guys, you're the one who wanted it. Don't run away from a wedding, okay? You better believe if I ever find the right woman and, like, I'm the one who pops the question and we're having that big ceremony, I am standing right there. I mean, I'm going to do that no matter what, but if I have to, I will duct tape my feet to the floor, just standing on the altar, feet duct taped, and I'm not going anywhere. You know? That's just how it is. That's how I would do it. Not literally. I mean, I give my fair. I mean, I would also have, like, the best groomsmen in the world to get my back. So, everything would be fine. I hope so. So, it really has gotten to the point where, like, okay, this is actually best case scenario. This is best case scenario, right? I know it's best case scenario because this actually happened to a friend of mine. So, like, I'm friends with both the bride and the groom in this scenario. Oh, it's not really a scenario. This is actually a real thing that happened. And they've been dating for around, I'd say around 3 or 4 years, I think. Altogether, they've been, in terms of both dating and being married, I think they've been together for around 6 or 7, roughly. And my friend, who was the groom, like, in the 4 years prior to his wedding day, he, ate right, worked at the gym a lot. He lost over 100 pounds. And, like, he was toned, he had a 6-pack. Like, this guy looks like a rock star. If he had a British accent, he'd be a James Bond. Not a Bond villain, a James Bond. Okay? Like, men want to be this guy, women want to be with this guy. But they can't because, remember, he already put a ring on it. You know what I mean? He was still only the second most beautiful person in the room. And it's funny. I actually talked to my friend about this before he got married. And, we had a good laugh. It was good. Because, again, it is true. I mean, he lost over 100 pounds, man. Like, that takes a lot of hard work to do. Like, it's literally one of the most inspiring things ever. And he gets, like, all the kudos in the world for pulling that off and looking his absolute best on his wedding day. But I tell him that he's only going to be the second most beautiful person in the room, and because obviously he can't overshadow the bride. And he says, she can have that day. Which, I'm thinking, okay, if that's not love, I don't know what is. But then it also got me thinking, did he just acknowledge that on any other given day of the week, he is higher than his wife? Maybe. I don't know. I'm working on that sort of stand-up story, I guess. But that's what I think. I mean, personally, when I go to my cousin's wedding in November, I'm definitely going to try and look my best. but I know better than to see. I keep saying don't overshadow the bride and the groom because it's their day. All eyes should be on them, not you. It's if all eyes are on you, that defeats the entire purpose. I mean, sure, if you say like, if or only one other time is it acceptable to really do something like this, but that's only if because let's say for whatever reason I'm going to a wedding, right? And I'm with the right woman, I bring her with me to go, and I actually want to pop the question. I would legit talk it over with the bride and the groom. Be like, is it okay if a good ways during the reception when everything's sort of dying down, I can pop the question and stuff like that? I would do it then. The festivities are over, that sort of scenario. Why not? I would do that. But honestly, I'm just gonna go and enjoy myself in November. At least it's what I plan on doing. Maybe I'll probably find a date. Maybe not. I don't know. Although I definitely plan on having fun, and that's what's important. And I am kind of really holding out hope because remember when I said that all weddings make me feel depressed because how much of a single loser I am? Yeah, I really want this wedding to be good for me, whether I go single or not. But that's just my story. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on the social media platforms, creators, YouTube. I'm your home. This video for all of you guys watching. Joe for them over your wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, here to Lynn, also be back. Take care and make good choices. Happy Thursday, everyone. I don't think I said that in the intro. Sorry.